Hello there, welcome back. Do you want to learn how to make logos just like these using nothing but Canva? Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up canva.com. This is going to, I'm pretty sure, require a pro account. So if you don't already have one, check the link in the description. There will be a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro. Use it. If you love it, keep it. If not, cancel it. It doesn't bother me either way. So go ahead and grab that, get signed up. Once you're there, you should see a screen something like this. For these logos, we're going to go ahead and create a custom template. I'm just going to hit up here and I'm going to click create. Now I can go through any of these. I'm just going to actually use this one, 1080 by 1080. When I'm working with a logo, I like to work in a square. It's just the way I've always done it. But really, most of our logos today are going to be type-based, but I'm going to show you how to actually create several with a new tool in Canva that is all typographical. But then I'm going to also show you how to dress it up, or maybe start with a element or a mascot type thing and then build a typographical logo from that. Let's start at the very basics. The tool we're going to be using today is called Type Studio. So if you go right here to apps and type in Type Studio, just like that, you'll click it. You'll find it right there. You may have to click install or something, but once you have it open, you'll see a bunch of different examples just like these. Now, incredibly simple. You find one that you really like. For me, I think I like this one a lot. So we can click this one and we just type in our name. And so I'm just going to type in Jeff. And there we go. It is like, if I like that, I can literally click add to design and I'm done. It's there, export it. There's my logo. But I can go a little bit further. I can change the font. So let's say I do like this font, but we'll change it for the sake of this. Let's go with like Barber Chop. Okay. That looks kind of cool. Not quite the right fill, I don't think. So let's keep looking. Beaver Punch, there's a vibe. We can keep looking. I'm going to stay with this one because I actually like the pixelated style for this design. But then we can go in here and we can change the color. Any color we want it to be. We can click this and we can go around. We can see live view of what it actually looks like, right? We can go something. Yeah, let's go. Ooh, that's a nice green. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go there. Now this yellow doesn't quite work with that. So let's go down and change that. But before we do, we can actually come in here and we can change our warp effect. So you see the shape of the words. I can actually adjust intensity on it. I can go and choose a completely different warp if I wanted to. So this is the one that is being used, but I can come in, I can choose something like this, which, ooh, that's a cool shape right there. That's actually looks really good. That's pretty solid. Like a just absolute ton of different stuff that we can do. Like, I kind of want to use this. Kind of reminds me of like a Superman shield or something. Okay, so let's stick with that for now. We can go in and we can add like decoration, right? And so the way that we have it right here is just like a half and half, white on top. But you can actually go in and select all these different like decorations. I think that one's kind of cool, actually. Like the more I'm playing with it like this, makes me want to go back to the red. But okay, we'll leave it like that. We'll go back to home. We're still here. Let's see. There are, shade effects. Now a custom one is applied, but we can go through and we can change that, or we can go into custom and we can adjust it. Now this is our border that's there. And actually, I really like the way that it looks, so I don't really want to mess with it too much. I think I increased it a little bit, but I think I'm okay with that. Let's go home. Anyway, we can keep going through all of these. There are even textures that we can apply to it. So if I scroll up and makes it a little bigger, you can see it does like a roughness to it. There are a absolute ton of these textures that you can apply as well. I actually like this one with the like the leaves. I thought that looked cool. We're not going to use any of those for this particular one. So I'm just going to go back and click the X. I can add a gradient to it. I can do the shadow effect, which is where you're seeing around it right here. It's this shadow underneath. I can adjust the angle, right? Do some different things like that. You can also turn the outline effect off if you don't want it, but for this, we will definitely keep it on. We can adjust the thickness of it. Something like that's pretty good. Anyway, once we have it how we want it, we just click add to design. And there we go. Like that is a solid logo already. So let's lock this one in for now. That's going to click add page. We're going to try a different one. And so I'm just going to scroll through until I see another one that I like. And I really like this like vintagey looking one. And I think just with my name looks really good. Like just like that. I'm just going to click add to design. You guys know how it works. We could adjust that any way that we want. We could do many different things to it. And if I click on it, and you notice that, I can come back and edit it still. If I click on this one, I can come back and edit it. And any change I make to it, so let's say I go back to like maybe the red color on it, because I'm like, yeah, you know what, I think I like that red a little more. I just hit update design and it does it, which is really, really good. These are completely editable, even after you've applied them. And so with this selected, I could go through, I could make any changes I want. Actually, I kind of like it, so I don't want to make a lot of changes, but let's play around with the warp effects, because I liked that change we made in that last one. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of cool though. Kind of like that. And there we go. We locked that one in. I think that one is solid. Okay. So the next one we'll try to do a little bit different. We'll try to like add a element or something to, which I liked this one. This is one I think I showed in the beginning. I like that barbershop one a lot. But let's go ahead and try to add something to one. So I'm just scrolling until I find something I think will work well. And it's a little bit different style. Like, ooh, I like this one. So let's say you do content, you know, around horror games or horror stuff, right? So we could do something like our name. I want to adjust that spacing just a little bit in between. Not a lot, but just a little bit like that. So it looks like that J is dripping down into the V and the V is dripping, you know, like I think that looks really, really good. I'm obviously going to leave the color. I could play around with like warp settings or something, but I think they would look weird with it. But like as soon as I click that, I'm like, hold on a minute. That's pretty solid, actually. Okay, this actually is playing better with these warp settings than I expected. We also don't want to lose like too much readability. So it's one thing to think about with warp settings. Kind of like that. It's not like too crazy. Okay. But anyway, we can go through, we can play around with it. I think this one makes sense for a texture, right? Add like a little bit of grunge to it. So I think we'll go with that. And so this is what we're working with. But now let's say with something like this, we want to add an element to it, right? We don't want it to just be the text. We want to add something that's got a little like creepiness to it. So we're going to go to elements and we're just going to type in, I'm going to type in mask, but you could do vampire, ghost, knife. I don't know. Ooh, actually knife's a good idea. Let's do that. Okay. Now we're looking for something that kind of fits the style. Ooh, what about something like this? I don't normally do logos like this, so I'm kind of intrigued. And so we can go here to our colors and we can start, you know, kind of choosing colors for this design directly out of our color palette, right? And that might elude readability. So let's try to make that outer part black and make this part like red. Okay. That looks pretty cool. So let's position that. We're going to send it to back, kind of behind it, something like this, right? We can kind of play with this however we want it to look. If we copied it and go here to flip and flip it horizontal, we're just kind of playing with something. Horror is not really a theme that I normally do. So yeah, right. We could do something kind of like that. You can see how pretty quickly you end up with something pretty cool. Now you could also go through here and do something like a mask and find a mask that's, you know, a little on like the creepy side, right? Like I had here, let's just duplicate this page real quick and we'll delete these just to show a different direction. I'd found a mask previously that I thought was cool. Oh, this one right here, right? So say you have like a mask sort of like this, and then I can again just go in and edit these colors to make them fit my design a bit more, right? Something like this. I think that looks pretty cool. We kind of shift it, turn it. Now let's do one thing. So let's put it here. Then we're going to position, we're going to send it to back, right? Like that alone, I think looks kind of cool, but let's see. Let's take our design here. We're going to click edit, which will open it back in Type Studio. And let's say I want to like align everything to the left to give me more room for that. And click my alignment until it goes to the left, just like this. And then I can update the element. And so now the name Jeff is over to the side and I can scoot this in a little more to make this design, you know, a little bit tighter. There we go. That is a pretty cool horror design. I actually think I like this one with the knives a little more, but either way, thought it came out really cool. Let's go ahead and work on one more design. And this one, I want to do it a little bit backwards. I want to start with the element. So let's say you already have an idea about your branding. You already know that you want to be kitten themed or bunny themed, or bunny's what I'm going with because that's what I thought of first. But let's just say you already had some sort of element. Maybe it was a ghost, right? Your name is Cyber Ghost 26 or whatever. You know, you could use whatever it is. So for here, we're going to go with bunny. And I'm looking for a gamer-ish bunny, not like Easter bunny, which obviously I'm getting a lot of. Ooh, actually, this one's solid. We'll keep looking though. And we do have magic recommendations to see if there's any more like that. But let's just keep scrolling for a minute. Ooh, the ears are solid too. If you wanted to use those ears on a piece of type, you know, and then the ears are coming over, I think that would be really cool. But yeah, so getting a lot of Easter bunny-ish, but I have a gamer bunny. So let's start with this. And the cool thing about this is we can go and edit the colors. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep them just like that. And I want to build our design around those colors and that aesthetic. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way back down to the bottom, which is where Type Studio has stored itself. And then we're going to scroll around until we see a typography or a style that we think would match. Yeah, that's solid. Ooh, actually, hold on. I like this one. I don't know. I feel like this. And like, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to think where I want the bunny to sit. And I think I want the bunny to be here on like the left side. So let's orient my name a little bit this way. Okay. Let's change the color to like the inside color of this bunny. I think the black, outline works good, but the yellow shadow, let's change it to that darker pink. And as I'm looking at it, I don't like the first name being over to that side. So we'll reverse the design the way that I had thought about it. I'm really liking the warp effects. I don't know. I feel like it needs to be like turned though, Let's just go with, I liked like this one. It was kind of a subtle movement to it, but go and click add to design, right? And then we will size this up, something like this. We'll take our bunny here, size it down, kind of give it just a little twist toward the name. I mean, we could always bring it down where it's a little more like behind it or in it or right. But I mean, you can see pretty quickly we've come up with what one. We'll use these two together. So 2, 3, 4 different logos in the matter of what I've been recording 14 minutes. I think it's such a good tool, Typographic logos are so good, and you can do so many different styles with them. It will fit any content. Just one thing I'm going to say is make sure that it is still legible, even small. So like I can zoom out and look at these and say, all of these for the most part are pretty legible. These knives and stuff might not be. And so maybe for a smaller size, I'll just do a black outline one or something. But, for the most part, all of this is plenty legible at small sizes. It's distinct. It would fit your brand well. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, I hope that you use these tips. You use this video, this tutorial to make something really, really cool. If you do me a favor. There's a link down below for my Discord. Join my Discord and post whatever you designed. Go and post it in the Share Your Art channel. I'd love to see what you made. But hey, if this helped you, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel and follow me over on Twitch. We do a lot of this stuff live on stream. So if you have questions, they are more than welcome to come over, ask me Canva questions or content questions. I'd love to help out. Anyway, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.